event has attracted more people, more programs, and more support towards the work being.
The clergy commended government for making 16th February an annual public holiday in remembrance of the late Archbishop Jan Nalumu's contributions to Uganda's development.
Archbishop Jan Nalumu, although I didn't live with you, but I saw you when I was a young seminarian. You were a leader. And you stood for Christ, for your people, not only in Uganda, but also Boga Zaire.
The Minister for Internal Affairs, Kahindo Tafire, who joined the Christians in celebrating Lumu Day, urged the people to forget what happened in the past and embrace unity for a better Uganda.
What's primary and disregard what's secondary. Those faiths, those traditions, those beliefs that divide us should be discarded. Let's emphasize what uplifts our welfare. Let's emphasize what puts us together.
The President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, was represented at the Jan Nalumu's Day by Chief Justice Alphonse Owiny-Dollo. President Museveni urged all Christians to emulate the examples of the late Jan Nalumu, who died for speaking the truth and fighting justice.
Call upon you all to embrace peace, tolerance, forgiveness, and reconciliation for the betterment of our nation. I thank the family for keeping the memory of Jan Nalumu alive. Indulged in was in Kikolok, and we came to the resolve that what this part of Uganda needs, after all these years of devastation, is social revival. We need fundamental revival, fundamental recovery in this place of Uganda.
Jan Nalumu, a former archbishop of the province of the Church of Uganda that comprised of Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi and Boga Zaire, present-day Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, is believed to have been killed by the then-President Idi Amin Dada for opposing his government. He was buried at his ancestral home in Muchweni, Kitgum district. I'm Nafka Farida and Aguta Philip.
Now, Ministry of Education and Sports has revealed that they have slowed down processes of developing a curriculum for advanced level to fast consolidate the implementation of the revised lower secondary curriculum. The Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, says the ministry is still in need of resources to ensure that schools are acquainted with what it takes to implement the revised lower secondary curriculum.
Ministry commenced the process of reviewing the A-level curriculum. However, we later decided to slow down the pace and instead focus our attention, efforts and resources on consolidating the implementation of the revised lower secondary curriculum, meaning a curriculum of O-level. Since financial year 2019-2020 to 2022-2023 alone, the government has invested at least 130 billion shillings in the development and rollout of the revised lower secondary curriculum. This excludes the initial funding injected in the earlier stages prior to financial year 2019-2020. And I must say that we still are in need of more resources to ensure that our schools are well acquainted with what it takes to implement the revised lower secondary curriculum the way it was designed to be implemented. Therefore, we believe that it is not wise to embark on another rigorous venture of full view of the A-level curriculum in the environment of limited resources across government. We cannot afford at this time to withdraw resources from the implementation of the newly introduced revised lower secondary curriculum. Doing that shall completely mess up both the new and the old. We have been guided by the technical teams in the ministry that having learners of the revised lower secondary curriculum progress into A-level and utilize the existing advanced level curriculum does not in any way compromise their subject combinations. Furthermore, it does not jeopardize the academic grounding expected of them upon joining higher education. In a nutshell, let us first consolidate the implementation of the revised lower secondary curriculum before embarking on an overhaul of the A-level curriculum. So this is our position as a ministry regarding the A-level curriculum.
Now, the First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Kataha Museveni, Wednesday met with a team of American film producers led by Peter Greenberg at State House, Nakasero. Peter Greenberg, an Emmy Award-winning producer and he's a travel editor for CBS News in New York, was accompanied by his wife, Hande Greenberg, and Deborah Pratt, and a renowned producer, director, and writer in Hollywood. The team had recently completed an 8-day trip in Uganda, during which they filmed various tourist sites for an upcoming documentary project that aims to showcase the country's vibrant tourism sector. Also present at the meeting were Mrs. Diana Museveni Charemera, Miss Diana Museveni Charemera, and her assistant Priscilla Butagira. The First Lady warmly welcomed the American team and expressed her gratitude for their interests in documenting and promoting Uganda's tourism potential. During his briefing about the trip, Greenberg mentioned that they had met interesting people and experienced the country in the best possible way. He shared their exciting and life-changing experiences such as gorilla tracking and witnessing natural wonders, all of which were captured on camera. Greenberg mentioned that his team returning to America later that day would begin the challenging task of editing the footage. They plan to have a grand premiere in New York and possibly another one in Los Angeles for the entertainment community, indulging and including those who may be interested in filming in Uganda. The film will also have a premiere in Kampala, where Greenberg expressed his appreciation to the president for his support during their trip and commended the efforts of Miss Diana Museveni in ensuring the success of their production trip. And in the education sector, successful schools and students across the country continue to celebrate after the release of the Uganda Certificate of Education results yesterday by the Uganda National Examination Board. Now, UBC reporters visited a number of different schools in and outside Kampala.
At Faith High School, Sonde Namugongo, students achieved remarkable success in their 2023 UCE examination, securing super grades with aggregates ranging from 8 to 12.
I got 15 points. First, all about the teachers helping me and also God, because God will help me in doing everything.
I feel happy for getting 24 aggregates, which was because of all God's mercy. And I want also to thank God who has enabled my parents to pay for my school fees.
Everyone can make it. It's all about knowing your dream, having God with having God with you, praying and reading.
I'm so happy for this success because I never expected it. I give all the glory and honor back to God.
With 11 aggregates, and I did from Faith High School. It's really a wonderful school to be in.
I'm planning to do BCM, but if possible PCB.
David Manyika is the head teacher of the school.
Our best student got 8 in 8. We have 39 first grades. We have 45 second grades. We have 24 third grades and 23 fourth grades.
This is City of Wisdom, Kasao, where 120 students sat for UCE exams, with one student scoring 8 in 8.
I'm a student at City of Wisdom, and I was able to score 8 in 8 in my UCE exams. So being in a Catholic school where I have time for prayers, at the same time for studies, I was able to concentrate on my studies. So I was able to manage, read my books, then I excelled.
Uganda Matters High School, Lubaga also scored 96 first grades. That included some sports personalities.
At Matters, you can say we have full package. And for us, we look at a child being trained holistically. We are looking at a holistic child. We are offering the holistic education. And as a human being, we not only look at academics, but also other aspects of life. So co-curricular, because in fact our vision is a school with a student body excelling in academic, social, moral, and co-curricular aspects. So that is our package. So in sports, co-curricular activities, we are giving every child to have a chance. We give even various skills. You heard of the new curriculum, competence-based curriculum. It's a curriculum that really is mixed with the skills, that a child must be given those skills that will help him or her to survive in the world.
At St. Kagwa Bushenyi High School, jubilations were in high gear after 96 students scored first grade, and the school was ranked the top in Bushenyi district.
We have performed very well according to us, because we have 96 students in grade 1, we have 24 in grade 2. There were 121 students at start. That was last year. We want to thank God for this performance. And when you check the ranking in the country, you can find that we have done very well.
We have 4 students with 9 in 8. That is Atire Joshua, Basude, Edward Sempija with 9, Amanya Nazaria has 9.
This is the Bubangizi Secondary School in Mitoma district, and seen here the students celebrating their success of 84 students passing in Division 1, with the best students scoring 11 aggregates.
This is a USE school, rural, okay, so you could say semi-urban because we're in a town class, but more of a rural setting, and this is evidence that USE schools, if the teachers and administration are very serious, we can have that top performance that is expected.
Possibility of God, I've managed to get 18, and my parents also.
At St. Kana Secondary School in Kashoji, Kyamuhanga in Bushenyi district, the head teacher thanked the students for working hard after their impressive results.
We are so privileged that we have performed very well. We have 14 in first grade and 13 in second grade. First grade and second grade only. So we thank the Almighty for the life, and we thank the teachers for the performance. We thank the students for working hard, and we say thank you to everyone, the parents and the students and the parents for everything.
At Standard High School Kapeeka and Good Choice Mukono Kalagala, it was about celebrating the good results attained in the last year's UCE.
All the results came, and we had 23 first grades, 51 second grades. The best candidate had 13 in the best 8.
Those teachers, they worked as a team, and I want to thank the staff of Standard High School Kapeeka for that teamwork.
Thank my fellow candidates because they supported me
and my fellow colleagues.
Mityana Modern SS performed best in Mityana and the nearby districts, where out of 264 students, 84 passed in grade 1, with the best scoring 8 in 8, and the rest passed in second grade.
Teamwork and the fear of God. We do pray. We pray for excellent results. God answers our prayers. The cooperation of the students, the learners cooperated very well. And of course, we had our strategy. The local language called Sindike Gali.
Now, still in that line of celebration, some students Friday visited UBC premises on Nile Avenue in Kampala to share the excitement. Let's hear more from Anyanga Robert.
Donning a pincher dress and in company of her mother, this is how Agnoret Fortunate made her way into the premises of UBC. But what was the news Fortunate and her mother were here to deliver to us?
I got 8 in 8, 10 in 10 from SETA High School, and I'm so happy about it.
Fortunate, a former student of SETA High School Mbarara campus, talks about her success.
It was a challenge, and a challenge I was happy to take upon myself. And I want to say proudly that I'm so happy that I came through and I did my best and got what I want and what I dreamt of. I want to thank my grandmother. She has always been my role model. I grew up with her all my life. The only thing I've ever wanted was to make her proud.
With the UCE out of the way, Fortunate says she won't entertain complacency.
After this, I know in A level I'm going to do sciences. I want to do PCB. And it's a great challenge I'm so ready to take upon myself. And after that, my dream, I still want to be a surgeon, a neurosurgeon. The reason why I want to be a neurosurgeon, it's because I have a brother. Like, he's this person in the family whereby when they talk about education, academics, everyone is talking about him. It's like everyone look up. Like when they say academics, they say Derek.
What you've done it gives us energy and courage to look for school fees. And we will work hard to see that her dream of being a neurosurgeon comes true. It's true, her cousin is a doctor who had also been like a best performer all through his life and is a challenge in her life, and I'm happy that she looks towards him.
Fortunate's mother notes that the journey has been full of highs and lows.
Fortunate, earlier on in her story, she said that she wants to thank her grandmother. And she said she grew up with her. It's true, Fortunate spent a lot of her early childhood with my mother, her grandmother, because I was also a student at that time. And my mom did a great job in her. And I remember at the start of the early primary, it was a bit difficult in regards to getting school fees.
Straight from SETA High Schools is Monarwa Edwin.
To me, I was surprised the 8 in 8 because we got 8 in 8, and 3 10 in 10. Yeah, for me personally, I got 15, but no, I was not happy because I expected higher. I really expected higher than that. You know, I had my targets at around 12, 13 there.
Monarwa recalls how tough the journey has been.
My performance was not really that good when I entered Form 4. Because I had to change my way of reading. That's why I used to read differently in Form 3. So when it reached Form 4, teachers used to always tell me that you have to balance all the 10.
But he is also very determined to push further.
So when I was a kid, they used to always ask me around, what do you want to become in future? I used to tell my dad, I want to become a boss. But that has never gone out of my mind. I really want to own a big business where I'm the big man, I'm the boss.
Meanwhile, similar celebrations of the outcomes of the just released UCE exam results are still going on in different parts of the country.
We are very happy and excited today as a new school which is sitting its pioneer candidates. There were 55 and 31 of them scored grade 1.
In rural districts, more schools are still under tense celebrations.
They used to tell us everything is possible, and I've come to believe that it is possible. And Mentor does not only nurture people in the academic line, in the spiritual realm, Mentor is too good in that.
What a man can do, a woman can do better.
What makes the difference here is that we had never got 8 for 8, but we have broken the jinx. We make sure we threw our shoulder to the wheel.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Now, the National Union of Disabled Persons, Uganda, is dismayed over the poor performance of candidates with special needs, especially during the recently concluded Uganda Certificate of Education UCE examinations. In the recently released UCE results, out of 809 learners that sat for the 2023 exams, only 76 passed in first grade.
Why are learners with disabilities continuing to perform poorly, despite the advocacy that NUDIP is making, and despite the interventions that we see Ministry of Education putting in?
Out of a total of 2,652 learners with special needs that sat for primary leaving examinations in 2023, only 121 passed in grade 1. In the Uganda Certificate of Education results for 2023, out of the 809 learners that sat for the exams, only 76 learners passed in first grade. The poor performance was realized mainly among the dyslexic learners, those with visual impairment, and those with hearing difficulties.
All these categories that I've read, you find that those who had challenges with sight seem to have done well compared to the rest of the categories. In brief,
apart from poor performance, there was a significant decline in the number of special needs learners that transited from primary level to high school level. According to NUDIP, the poor performance and low transition of special needs learners is partly attributed to the number of challenges, including limited education materials for learners, lack of needs assessment of their special requirements, inaccessibility of learning institutions, among others.
There's a report that was made by the Auditor General of Government to invest in special needs education, and we see this is not being done as recommended. So we encourage government to pick up the recommendations from this report and implement the actions there.
Several recommendations have, however, been made, not limited to provision of relevant teaching and learning materials and training of specific teachers to handle special needs learners.
Request government to improve the in-service teacher training curriculum to give teachers knowledge and skills to support learners with disabilities and other learning special needs.
The category of learners with special needs who sat for UCE 2023 included 35 learners with visual impairment, 71 with hearing difficulties, 79 physically handicapped, 90 dyslexic, and 183 learners with low vision. Susan Naung and Kenneth Tanaba reporting for UBC TV.
Now, some local schools in Lira City have continued to improve on their performance, producing more candidates in first grade. Mentor's Secondary School this year beat the odds in Lira City, producing 99 students in first grade, 2 students getting 8 for 8.
And they used to tell us everything is possible, and I've come to believe that it is possible. And Mentor does not only nurture people in the academic line, in the spiritual realm, Mentor is too good in that. It has inspired us spiritually, socially.
What a man can do, a woman can do better.
What makes the difference here is that we had never got 8 for 8, but we have broken the jinx. We make sure we threw our shoulder to the wheel by making sure we are very close to these children and emphasizing discipline. We don't give gaps in our learning programs. We don't give. Every day the school begins with the prayers at 6 in the morning for 1 hour. We do praise and worship every day from Monday to Friday.
Quite jubilant there. Now fisheries, the Fisheries Protection Unit of the UPDF has embarked on sensitizing fishing communities on appropriate fishing practices in the Eastern Cluster. During the sensitization meeting at Kiyindi Land site, 8 boats of silver fish containing 1,260 pieces of premature Nile perch were intercepted and 22 fishermen arrested, although they were later released after being cautioned.
The fishing community sensitization is centered on proper fishing practices to preserve aquatic life for reasonable business motive.
Today we have sensitized our fishermen here, and we are telling them the dangers of catching immature tilapia. Nowadays you can see all over on the lakes, rivers, fishermen are crying that there is no tilapia and Nile perch in water. But we are telling them this method they're using, it cannot allow tilapia to mature. So we are telling them to stop this method they're using of the longer fishing net, which goes deeper in water, like 22 meters. Then width it is around 70 meters, which catches the silverfish and the younger tilapia and Nile perch.
Stakeholders in the fishing sector have resorted to disguised methods of doing illegal fishing, pretending as silverfish dealers to catch undersized fish species.
We impounded 8 boats of silverfish. On checking them, we found them with 1,260 juvenile Nile perch, which is illegal and against the law.
At Kiyindi landing site in Buikwe district, 8 boats were intercepted and 22 fishermen arrested, cautioned and released.
Then he arrested 22 fishermen of silverfish, especially the fishermen of Mukene, who fish in the pretext of fishing of Mukene or silverfish. They fish juvenile Nile perch, as we have seen.
These are encouraged to adapt to acceptable fishing gears to avoid running battles with enforcement teams.
Instead, when they are fishing silverfish, they go back to the old method of chota instead of hurry up. This hurry up is a dangerous method. It takes all silverfish and Nile perch.
From Buikwe district, the team proceeded to Jinja district, where an operation was conducted in Jinja Central Market and Tax Park Market, targeting stores dealing in illegal fishing gears. Local leaders in Jinja City rendered support to the unit officers.
And we have found out that these people with the businesses are selling illegal gears of nets. We have got 2 boxes of illegal gears of mesh size 2.5 inches and 3 inches.
The operation team impounded illegal fishing gears and the 2 businessmen were arrested.
Catch mature fish, because if you use a net of 2.5 inches, automatically it's going to catch very young fish, of which the young fish, even if you get 100 pieces, you won't get anything from that fish. We have arrested people that were found owning those shops. We have arrested them. We have handed them over to police, Jinja CPS. They are going to, the law is going to take its course.
The fishing communities are urged to mobilize and work in groups to attract government development programs and other assistance from non-state actors towards improving fishing activities on Ugandan waters. Abdul Nasiri Lubwama and Rogers Kumagum for UBC.
Now, over 200 residents from 3 villages of Kawasenyi, Nakaseta and Kalyango have accused the family of Sechizivu Kamya Joshua of evicting them from their bibanjas, killing some of the residents and destroying their plantations, property and houses. During a community engagement, the residents reported this to the State Minister for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, after they appealed their appeal, which was submitted to the Ministry of Lands.
Kusawa ya lero yazimbako n'ennyumba eyo ne bagimugaana okugiggala n'agiggala era kati mwali n'ebirime akungula yabba kibbe
ennyumba eyo yayo yona gyossa ku ttaka ng'egenda wansi okutuuka ku center y'ensi obanga kyambuka waggulu okutuuka ku sky kyozimbako kitaddeko ku ttaka etali lyo kiba kyoyo nanyini ttaka
kajja nekakiraba netuwoza omusango nengusinga bwe nagusinga era mmere nakiyimba yasigala akozesa ekibala kyange kyavaamu n'akitunda
kintu kikyo abakulu bano bajja kuyamba okuddira ekikyo
endagala
zamukomera bagenda okudda nga basaayo n'ebitooke byabwe kiri wali waggulu ku lusozi. Isolated cases ezijja ezibeera reported at the station era ogenda okwetegereza nga zonna zeetooloolera ku ttaka. Criminal trespass, malicious damage, assaults, byonna ogenda okwetegereza bye bajja nga baloopa ku station nga bw'obyetegereza the end result is land.
Murders zaali ziriwa. Actually, in that month when Ajira nga Chikandwa is the leading sub-county in murders. Nenga tobuzibu honorable minister wuvwa ku our establishment police. I remember when they were merging of police stations, Chikandwa sub-county was affected. See, one of the sub-counties without police establishment. Minister of Lands and Housing and Urban Development, Mukisero Kyeribeti Kamya, ne order ekyaliwo. N'agamba nti waliwo ebintu byenda by'eby'ettaka mu Buganda bya mayiro bibiri. Ekisooka, bibanja owners being evicted in spite of the law that protects the lawful occupants and bona fide. Illegal aspect in the Act of Land Laws cutting off part of the kibanja of the owner and giving him a tiny portion as titled land. Ekyo nakyo kumenya amateeka kifu. Abantu bwe batandikirawo okutandika okufuna ebyapa nga bwe balindira kiro ekyammaasi eky'abantu bonna bannange ebyo byonna Kaguta yabirwanirira era mbeebaza okuba nti muwagira bannange mwena mututegeeza wano nti abantu bano bonna abantu ba Kaguta Museveni era bonna ne kala yongira banungi.
Now, a little bit into the health sector, cities and urban centers are worryingly becoming hotspots for the rise in the number of HIV/AIDS among young people. This has been attributed to the increase in the number of young people secretly engaging in sexual work and quick money exchange deals.
There are a lot of challenges that young people go through. First of all, from what pushes young girls into sex work.
After 2020, highly developed towns like Mbale and Barara City registered a high burden of HIV cases as compared to fairly low developed areas like Karamoja. The burden was escalated by the rise in numbers of young people secretly engaged in sex work, absence of sexual reproductive health services, and the attitude of some health workers.
We are here to offer service. We are here to end AIDS as a public health threat in this country. Ending AIDS means leaving nobody behind.
During the second National Symposium on Reproductive Health and Rights organized by UNESCO, stakeholders also highlighted some of the driving factors, which included complacence, increase in use of drugs, family vulnerability, and materialism.
Because illegal things tend to sell more. These illegal, unlawful things have a money tag on them. So they are trafficked, and when they are trafficked, they are paid more, so they take a risk.
In a deliberate move to reduce HIV infections by 2030, the Ministry of Health emphasizes engagement of risky population by extending sexual reproductive health services to them as one of the key prevention strategies, accordingly mobilizing vulnerable young people for skilling programs to empower them, as well as engaging both girls and boys in sexual reproductive health issues, have been underscored.
Everyone's effort and commitment to deal with the current situation of the HIV and SR amongst the young risk population.
Dr. Hudson Walidawa, a specialist in AIDS control at the Ministry of Health, says the ministry has strategically embarked on advancing priority sexual reproductive health services to young people and the key population.
So a number of people are getting into sex work because of maybe low education, maybe low information, and maybe they aren't reached by the system. So we are trying to reach over to them and make sure that we promote for us in HIV safer sex.
Recently, the Director General of Health Services at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Henry Mwebesa, guided against discrimination at health facilities, especially among the key population, as one of the interventions to prevent the spread of HIV. Susan Naonga, reporting for ABC TV.
And now in the area of innovation, a state-of-the-art facility that will boost Uganda's technological and skills base is nearing completion in Kiruhura district. The National Science, Technology, Engineering and Innovation Center will offer training and research opportunities in various technology areas such as construction, automotive, agriculture and electronics.
The National Science, Technology, Engineering and Innovation Center is funded by the Government of Uganda and the African Development Bank and implemented by the National Council of Science and Technology.
I'm glad the government has really invested a lot and a lot of equipment has already come, and I think the civil works for the center are being concluded, so this center will be handed over soon for the Government of Uganda to start operating in it. The equipment is very, very crucial in the capacity building of our citizens, especially skilling area.
Wills Basasha, the Director Manifesto Implementation Unit in the Office of the President, visited the facility to monitor its progress, which he says is in line with the vision of the NRM government.
Our visit has really found out that this is a very, very important center in as far as skilling and equipping our Ugandans in the areas of meteorology, automotive, and other forms of engineering is concerned.
The center is expected to benefit thousands of Ugandans who are interested in pursuing careers and businesses in the technology sector.
This project is to skill all Ugandans in different 9 technology, the metallurgy, engineering and civil, then automotive and electromagnetic science technology. So it is here to equip all the Ugandans and even neighboring countries.
The project was launched by President Yoweri Museveni last year in Kiruhura district, is now 97% complete and is expected to be handed over to government by June this year.
We started this project in May 2021, and so far from now we are on around 97% completion, and we are handing over soon.
It will cover various technological areas such as construction, engineering, automotive technology, agriculture mechanization, and electronic engineering. Nasari Fatia, Joseph Okow, reporting for UBC News.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the
Osmosis.
Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting it. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Have you packed Morvit's Harbour Jelly and Harbour Foam? Yes, we packed. It will protect your skin from skin rashes. Morvit's pack. It is a new improved Morvit's Harbour Jelly. So soft and smooth. It is a Morvit's Harbour Jelly.
Tell me, kids, the scent? Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Morvit Harbour Jelly and Harbour Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Morvit, all day confidence.
The government of Uganda and the Uganda Bureau of Statistics is calling upon all stakeholders such as the chief administrative officers, city mayors, resident city commissioners, city clerks, city and division councillors, wards and LC chairpersons, as well as the residents and business communities to cooperate with the UBOS field teams as we embark on advanced preparations to conduct the National Population and Housing Census on the 10th of May 2024. The census will be a 10-day exercise to obtain statistical data and information that will be used for planning and policy formulation, including information on 1. How many we are, 2. Where we are, 3. How we are living, 4. What we own, and 5. Where we access services from. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics has now started listing of households and mapping in the 11 cities of Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Lira, Mbale, Masaka, Mbarara, Soroti, and in the Greater Kampala comprising of Kampala, Wakiso, and Mukono districts. For more information, please call 0755 342 128 or 0773 342 128. This message is brought to you by the Executive Director and Census Commissioner, Uganda Bureau of Statistics. Census 2024. It matters to be counted.
Hi Fifi, how are you?
I'm fine. Baby, whenever I eat chips and chicken, I feel stomachache, joint pain and body weakness.
My dear, go to Timex Nutrition Center and learn the best food for your body. And get treatment according to your blood group.
Are you sure?
Yes.
By the way, do you know your blood group, genotype, and how much you need to exercise? Come to Timex Nutrition Center for professional advice on how to manage your health and immune boosting. At Timex, we treat diseases like diabetes, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, pressure, and many more. For details, find us at our headquarters in Kampala on Nasa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor. We also have a branch in Barara, or call us on 0758 819952 or 0778 288361. Timex, be your own doctor.
Hi, my name is Dennis Masindo Nyango, former Uganda Cranes captain and goalkeeper. My kind of a tank at home is a Crest tank. I use it at the farm and at home. I recommend it for everyone.
On our business desk, disputes between Chireka tax operators over working space, of course, tension in the area. Members of Chireka Drivers and Conductors Agali Awamo Association are accusing their counterparts of Chireka Twezimbe Taxi Drivers and Conductors Association for discriminating them, harassing and denying them to operate within the same designated area.
The clash over alleged mismanagement of Chireka Taxi Park has been ongoing for the last 2 years, causing undue tension in the area. This attracted intervention of National Union of Drivers, Cyclists and Allied Workers, Uganda Taxi Operators Federation, Chura Municipality local leaders and police to resolve the matter.
Whereby some members went and reported to UTOF that they are mistreated, they don't hold elections, they don't make accountability, and remember these are two different organizations. It is Agali Awamo reporting to Ezimbe, which are the workers here. So it is really very wrong for an association, a different association, to demand accountability and even demand for election where you are not a member.
Tetusobola kusirika nga ba driver ne ba conductor bazze ku office ne beekubira enduulu. Ekyo kye kituleeta kyokka era bwe tumala okutereeza kubanga tutereezezza amasiteegi mangi bwe tumala okutereeza ffe nga tuvaawo.
But the two warring parties failed to agree in the meeting that lasted 5 hours with counter-accusations taking center stage. Kira Municipality authorities warned of severe consequences for taxi operators who persistently break the law.
Yabannaffe abaatuyisa obubi emabega kwawo nga batubba babba olofeeya waffe ne tubeeyawulako oba ne tubagamba batwesonyiwe. Kati olwaleero bwe baddukira mu wutofu bo ne bagirimba nti bammemba ffe tetutuuza nkiiko bwe batubuuza accountability tetugibalaga ng'ate bo bennyini bwe baali mu buyinza tebaatuuza ku nkiiko yadde okulaga accountability.
Kira Municipality Mayor Julius Mutebi Nsubuga said the municipality will take over management of the disputed tax park if the two parties fail to resolve their differences.
Yes, I'll take over because when you look at the laws of Uganda, I'm the tax collector, or I'm the chief tax collector of Namgongo Division, Kira Municipality, when it comes to collecting tax. So I will come over and take over the whatever, because the project, we entrust some people to collect tax. When they start fighting, automatically we have to come up and take over the whatever the situation on ground.
Sada Mubale, Clement Wangira, UBC News.
When it is KB o'clock, you need more from your voice bundles. That's why MTN is offering you more minutes across all networks that don't expire. Buy the new 90-minute Freedom Bundle at 5K or the 200-minute bundle at 10K and jazz with no limit. Katiteri ate, no excuses. Make the call now. Dial *100*21# or use the My MTN app and enjoy your Freedom Bundle today. MTN. Together we are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
The energy of this land comes to life in dreams and memories. It lights up in these nights and leads us towards new horizons. It was born in the hearts of these men, of these women. The energy of this land comes from here. It comes from Africa, and it vibrates in each of us.
Empowered by Africa.
Oryx service stations, powered by Africa.
The only water that can quench my thirst. Aquafina, we are good. Aquafina, hydration that is good. With essential and good. Aquafina
In the production process of Aquafina, we expertly filter every drop, providing clear and perfect tasting water to help you keep hydrated with the added benefit of minerals. Aquafina is bottled by Pepsi Cola International in Uganda and is available at only 1,000 shillings.
Thank you. Hello, Eric. Come and see my new home.
Are you looking for the best quality paint for your dream home? Be part of the new revolution with our Global Paint Silk Vinyl that gives you beautiful, shining interior walls, as WeatherCoat gives you never fading and strongly guarded walls against bad weather conditions. Located along Namavi Industrial Park, Global Paints, a reliable product.
And into sports, the 2023 Uganda Certificate of Education results have realized good tidings for Uganda's sports sector, with many candidates that multitask have impressed.
Mbogo High School in Kawempe is against all the odds, celebrating success of its sports personalities that registered first grades from the 2023 Uganda Certificate of Education. Of the 114 first grades, 4 were by sportswomen, some of whom perform at national level, but importantly, elevate the school's profile.
Now, Mbogo High School has very good programs. As when we are making a timetable, we consider the academic bit of it, but also the co-curricular, like, work without play makes Jane a dull girl. So after the very busy academic schedules, we spare time for them to go and do sports. And whenever they do sports, it refreshes their minds and they get to recall whatever we've actually taught them. That with academic performance, these sports girls can go to the highest levels. So that is why they do their sports as well as their academics.
Table tennis player Shanita Namara scored 28. Badminton players Nazif Nachiyemba and Shakira Mbabazi had 24 and 32 respectively, while handball player Abbas Toma scored 32.
I used to struggle somehow because some days I would miss some papers and I have to go to certain teachers to request for the tests, for the papers. And my madam used to help me. It hasn't been easy, but I tried my level best, alhamdulillah.
And I'm grateful, I'm proud okubera nga nze asinze.
And with badminton, 7 para badminton players were flagged off Friday morning to Thailand for the Thailand Para Badminton Championships, making this their last chance to collect points for the Para Olympics 2024 qualifications.
The team was flagged off by the Assistant General Secretary of the National Council of Sports, David Katende, who wished the players success in their endeavors.
So as this team is moving to Thailand, we are all aware that this is one of their last leg to qualify for Paris, and we want to give them an opportunity to see whether we can have some of them, all of them, qualifying to participate in the Paralympics. Besides that, for us, we have that commitment for all other athletes and sports persons who are yet to qualify, that we shall give them opportunities, and this will depend on also the resources we have. But as government, we want to see as many of our people qualifying for the Olympic Games, because we know what it means. The Olympics and Paralympics are the epitome of all sports events.
The 7 that are going to represent us are top in their categories across the continent. So what we need them to do is to come back from Thailand as the top of the continent, but also they need to add on the points from what they have right now, what they last got from Egypt last month. They need to add on the points such that at the end of this tournament, when the list is brought out, they need to be able to be, first of all, top of the continent, but also having added more points for them to be able to be within the qualification bracket.
The 7-man team is comprised of Ali Mukasa, Sarah Naziwa, Rita Asimwe, Rose Naseriko, Sumini Mutesi, Hassan Mubiru, and Elizabeth Mwesigwa. The team will compete in classes standing upper, standing lower, wheelchair 1 and 2, and standing lower 4.
So it's going to be hard this time around, but I've worked on my weaknesses. I promise to give the best. To qualify for Paralympics, you have to be in the top 16, and right now I'm ranked 16. So now I'm fighting that maybe I can go up to 13, 14. I hope I will add on the tournaments and enlighten my chances to qualify.
I've basically looked at my fitness, body fitness and mental fitness. I've tried to get back to being me, and the rest of the things that were disturbing, worrying about so many things, I realized they're affecting my performance, and so I had to revise all that and see that by the time I get into World Championship, at least there's a change in my performance on court.
This will be the last qualifier for the Paris 2024 Paralympics, and the players hope to perform pretty well in this last qualifier in order to maintain good rankings and hence qualify for the Olympics. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
And that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for choosing us. My name is Patricia Lokoma Mpango. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock.